From the funding we received from Near Neighbours and the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government, we celebrated Windrush Day this year by hosting bespoke creative workshops facilitated by Windrush descendants. These were showcased in Sandringham Primary and Chobham Academy, where we engaged with over 120 young people. The facilitators who were involved in the delivery of this project demonstrated very early on their passion for expressing their knowledge of the heritage and history to the young people. Paula David is a playwright, actor and singer. She spoke to the young people about the journey of the Caribbean pioneers, referencing exclusive interviews from Benjamin Zephaniah and Courtney Griffiths.
It started in the 1900s when the Windrush people came. They brought their colourful culture, brightening Britain's gloomy days. They came to a place to what they thought was their motherland, and expected racial attacks got them thinking second thoughts. Being rejected by the colour bar and many more discriminations, but they still fought for us to live today. These people faced many hardships, and we thank them on this special day.
Kamaya Lisette is a local poet, performer and educator.
Windrush docks, along came hundreds of the Windrush generation, everyone hoping for big-time jobs, labour force skyrockets and turns to overdrive.
Tonya, who goes by the stage name Whisper, is a free-form writer and spoken word artist. These workshops taught young people about Windrush Day and how Caribbean migrants filled the labour shortage and contributions towards British culture. During the workshop, the young people worked in groups discussing feelings and thoughts of those who arrived from the Empire Windrush, followed by writing their own free-form poetry and letters to the Windrush generation.
We would like to thank you for your bravery in the journey of the Windrush. We know how you had to go through racism and discrimination, but due to your generosity, our country is now diverse and open to new things. There is much to go to stop racism, but we wouldn't have come this far if it wasn't for you.
So to me, I think Windrush Day is really good because I learned a lot about the Caribbean games and how to play dominoes. We had some punch, which was delicious, looked at some poems. We made masks, which was really fun to represent the Caribbean carnivals. The food was also really good.
Finally, Perry and Tony educated young people through the history, plus influence of dance and fashion that changed Britain through the first migration. As a Windrush descendant myself, it was really important to create these activities and sessions and celebrate through the project, as I believe it's important for young people or people in general to understand the very contributions different races had towards British history and culture. We want to continue by informing and creating content about the Windrush generation.
Bang, bang, boom, boom. The music that pumps through my house. Bang, bang, boom, boom. The vibration of reggae music. From our sisters and our brothers. This sweet melody.
When I came back from Canada, I was freezing. It wasn't even that cold.
I think that's a really good one.
We are hoping to put together a small output of audio recordings from the Windrush generation to share with the local community and schools for them to have a greater understanding of the journey made by a few men, women and children, which potentially led to the birth of multiculturalism.
My father spent much of his younger years climbing over the fence of the neighbouring yard to pick sugarcane from the field, which is way handy, and misbehaving with his friends. He would spend days watching his friends dance in the street and swim in the clear blue waters that surrounded this little island. And I would sit and listen to his stories when I was your age, tales about Barbados.
Dear pioneers, thank you for the decisions you made. It's more diverse, but they treat people of colour differently.
Thank you for bringing all of these traditions like fashion, sports and music.
Well, it was educational for the kids because a lot of them didn't understand what went on in the old days. I'm a dancer and Perry's, he's a dancer and DJ. I was lucky because I met a lot of interesting people who kind of saw my talents, I suppose you could say, and said, yeah, we could do something with that. I mean, I remember with my dad, he had a motorbike, and when he went to work, he had to park his bike around the corner because if he had parked it in front, they said, oh, paying him too much for him to afford a bike. I'm looking to the future. I'm not so much looking back, but that's just my take.
If it wasn't for the decision that you made, I probably wouldn't be here today.